Good morning.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure that we may address this congregation this morning to further and speak about the world and spirit and the fact that once you transition from the dense physical world in which you live in and cast aside the shell that you live in of the physical body, your soul is released on a much higher frequency. It is light, it is free, and it goes on to experience life in a new dimension, and a dimension that you have prepared for yourself in the physical world. For as the speaker said this morning, the way that you learn and the knowledge that you have determines where you will end up in the world of spirit. You will go to naturally and gravitate naturally to where you belong, because your soul will then resonate on that frequency. It is a frequency of knowledge that you have created, so that if you lived a life that was not pure, and you did things that were mean and bad to other people, and your soul leaves the body, then it vibrates on a certain frequency in which you would find yourself in a lower level of the spirit world. Some people refer to those lower levels as hell, but hell was just created by people in your dimension to keep people afraid of and make them do what they wanted to do. The lower regions are not pleasant to be in, and people reside there until they come to a point where they seek out help and want to advance and become a better person. And it is that thought that is sent out by that person that resonates into the higher levels of the spirit world, and someone from a higher dimension will lower their frequency and visit that person and teach that person and help that person to become enlightened and evolve, and to the point that they are worthy and have gained that knowledge, and then their vibration will increase naturally, and they'll suddenly be in a higher level of the spirit world. And that process continues for everyone in the spirit world, for even those that are in higher levels and more the heavenly dimensions, if you want to use that term. There are still many frequencies for them to go to on a much higher plane. There are people who have crossed over into our dimension that spend much time teaching souls about more of the rules of psychic science and more about spirituality, and to get people to enlighten even further into higher frequencies. And that becomes their mission, especially for those people who are mediums who come to this world and try to teach people in their churches and in their organizations and meetings about the spirit world. They tend to continue that mission and the world of spirit on levels where people still need to learn more and to learn to advance and to turn to the light and to become more enlightened and more knowledgeable